Hi everyone. I'm wanting to spend these next minutes with you sharing more of a personal update about my life. I normally post or try to post 3 videos a week. I've gone through an incredibly busy and full 8 days. And I'd like to share with you just some of the rewards and challenges of this. I received some money and used it to purchase a mobility scooter and trailer. It's gonna make doing my chores so much easier, and also I'm needing a much better suspension system for my wheelchair for when I leave the house. It's just becoming too painful. I end up in bed and not able to do anything with my life. And that gets very frustrating. So I'm trying to help myself with this. Graciously, someone that knows of me took the final step of bringing the mobility scooter from the US-Canadian border to my home and saved me a lot of money by doing so. I imported the mobility scooter from the US because it had a really good suspension system. It's not going to jerk and jostle my body in the ways that's been leaving me in bed in serious pain. I'm really looking forward to this. It's not a toy for me. It's a tool that's going to promote my independence. When it arrived, I paid attention to the features of the mobility scooter. When I purchased it, I only did so for the mobility system, that is the suspension. So when it arrived, I identified a number of features and structural improvements to the mobility scooter that can happen that's going to make its longevity beneficial to me. So in other words, the tolerances for wheelchairs and these mobility scooters are really tight, and it's easy to tweak the frame on them where if it gets bent, it's useless. They just don't work right from that point forward. So there's some steps that can be taken. The term is gusset plate if you're interested in researching this. That will drastically improve the durability of it. So I've been ordering parts, and then I've also been doing the research to figure out what it is that I need. So I've got some stuff coming for a GPS-based speedometer, odometer, where what I really want is the odometer part of that. So an odometer keeps track of the distance that you've been driving. So it's going to help me by planning ahead for maintenance. So in other words, I can have some control over this so my life doesn't suddenly get the brakes hit on it and the scooter needs to be repaired. I'd rather be able to plan ahead for this and be proactive. It helps me a lot because of the chronic pain and then the physical challenges that come with it. It's about not shutting down my life, but planning for a few days at home when it can be undergoing service. The trailer with this also needs lighting added to it. This is something I can do if I pace myself, and I find it really rewarding. There's some other things I'm adding. I've bought a wonderful stereo for the mobility scooter. I live about 5 minutes from the Bay of Quinte, and when I'm worn down, when I'm making hard decisions, and just when I need a break and just some peace and quiet, I often will go down there and enjoy the water for a bit, or God's creation with the different animals and scenery. It'll be nice to have some quiet music to go with this. It really helps me, and I encourage you to consider using music if stress is something that you're dealing with in your life. It's something I connect with, and maybe it would help you. There are some other practical parts to this. I'm adding some USB charging ports. This is so that my video camera can come with me and record longer nature videos. Like, for example, using a nature video as a background to me speaking. So I'm just planning ahead and working out systems to help myself. It's required a lot of time considering the few good hours I have each day. I've also had some more help cleaning. The people who have helped me, I've thanked them in person, but I should also say thank you, to Nicole, Mike, Brandon. There's other people from the community that have helped me in the past. There's some youth as well. Anyway, to everyone that's helped me and sees this, I've really appreciated how you've given of yourself to help me with this process. I want to take a moment and share with you the next videos that I'm planning for. Mind me as I use my clipboard. The next one I'm going to talk about is the value of wheels in helping oneself when there's mobility challenges. So, for example, adding wheels to a shelf so you can move it and clean it yourself. I'm going to talk a little bit about scrap metal in a different video. And I also want to spend some time talking about preventative maintenance for mobility scooters and wheelchairs to help those of you be proactive. So those are 3 of the next videos that are coming in the fairly near future. I've just had to take care of myself and the goals I've had. Before I close, I want to share one final comment with each of you. I've got about 14 items on my to-do list that I need to work through. I'm also planning to take a course this fall specific for people who live with chronic pain. And I think after I'm able to get through my chores and to-do list, I'm going to begin to be able to write the books that I've been planning for. I'm really looking forward to making a big difference in people's lives. Sharing the lessons I've learned, sharing some of the stories, both the struggles and the rewards, and just generally trying to invest in your lives so that you can appreciate life and enjoy it the same way that I find joy in this life. I really hope each of you are doing well. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves. Even though life is sometimes hard, it doesn't mean that there aren't rewarding moments that provide little oases in the midst of the struggles. Thanks so much for this time that you've spent with me today. Bye for now.